Old soul survive.
Old souls, young souls, and all my damn souls in between. Welcome back to another week of Old Soul in the Young World with your host, Jesse Ellie. Hey! Flo Tiglio was right. It was gonna explode all over me this episode, but that's how lit their set just was. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. Thanks, Clue. Appreciate it. What's up, homies? What's up, DJs? Can you guys introduce yourself? You just did a crazy set that the people are gonna love. And you know, I know Clue was my first one on the show who kind of introduced this to everybody, scratching, the DJ and all that shit. But who are you guys?
I'm Flo Tiglio.
What's up? I'm Tree Man.
Hi. How you
What
doing?
up?
I'm Clue. And you know what?
Because he do it.
You know what? I gotta
Cluebert.
Cluebert.
We're all individual artists, but we get together to collab. And them two, they scratch and sample vinyl, and I queue up samples using a sequencer or a drum machine.
Or a beat maker?
Yeah, I'm a beat maker. Live performance beat maker is like how I would accurately describe what I do.
No doubt. And I just want to say something about Flo Tiglio. You know, I met him a couple years back. I think the first time we met was at Flask in Maine.
Yep.
We cleared this up. And somebody, oh no, it wasn't somebody, it was Steven Jordan. He goes by Days In. Shout out, Dad.
Like the hotel?
Days In.
Days In.
With a Z, because he's a bad boy.
The days.
But he was like, you're going to do this with this guy and do this with this guy. And I was like, all right, cool. And so just kind of the night progresses. And as you go, it's kind of like, it's not open decks because everyone's invited. But if you can show and prove yourself, then you might hop on with somebody else. So I hopped on with Flo Tiglio, and we had a blast. And it was kind of just like natural on the spot, no practice, no nothing. Because if you know music, you know music. And I'll tell you what, this kid, he's got talent.
Facts. I think you all have some talent, honestly. Me and Richie, shout out Shot for Shot, were like looking at you guys' hands and your head movements as you guys were like DJing. I was like, holy shit. They're like in sync. He was like, yo, it's like they're one person. I was like, yo, it is like they're one person. Do you guys have like a description for how y'all get in sync? Is that like do you guys coordinate that?
No, I mean, like we jam sometimes, like me and Tree Man will jam sometimes, but like even when I just met Tree Man, like, you know, with certain people, right when you start doing it, it's like you get in the pocket and they get in their pocket and it just starts.
In the pocket. Get in your own pockets.
Yeah,
we'll get in one pocket.
And we're counting, you know, like 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, each bar, trying to keep it so that like, because that's how most people are doing it when they're DJing or sequencing, and that helps us stay in key. I mean, sometimes I'll fumble it, and I'll be like, oh shit, bringing it back around, but I'm trying to like keep it to that, you know, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, you know, one of those bars is when it switches. Yeah.
I mean, this could be completely off, but could I compare it to like a singer and a piano player? Like you guys are kind of vibing off each other. Like you're doing completely different things, but still feeling the beat of the other person to like catch on.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
More like jazz or something, like something setting the beat, setting the standard, and the other things kind of riff off of it.
Okay.
But it's all set to the same structure to begin with, you know.
Yep.
Hip hop and music is like 4s, 8s or whatever, like he said, but something sets the bass and we kind of just riff off of it.
Okay. All right. So is there one person who sets the bass and one who sets the riff, or you guys kind of just like feel it? Well, I'm just saying as like a person who knows nothing about nothing. Like
I'm locked into the BPM, so it's called sequencing. So I'm literally locked into whatever I set the BPM to.
Okay.
So I normally will like start the beat and then they start tossing on top of it to like you know the salt and pepper to just the beat that I've created.
Yeah. Building the like hamburger, the
and then when
cheeseburger.
they'll add stuff that like isn't just like samples of like someone saying something. Sometimes it'll be instrumental stuff like a harmonica or a guitar or whatever, and then that'll let me know, oh, well, maybe I should take out my synthesizer or my guitar so that they can do it. You know what I mean? So like I'm subtracting things. I'm trying to like stay out of their lane, and I think vice versa.
No, true, yeah, and it actually goes both ways. It goes both ways for that. It's like I'm trying to like not overdo the scratches, and I know Treeman is really good at that. He has a really like syncopated harmonic formula to his scratches. Whereas,
He's like, oh, do I?
yeah, no, for real.
He's like,
Whereas
I didn't
mine
know.
might be a little bit more like from a battle scene. I don't know, like Johnny Treeman could probably battle the wheels off somebody, but like he's really good at that musical style. Whereas where I learned it was just like, just murder the cuts. And then I've actually got really better at that this past, like, I'd say 2 years, and especially through meeting Flo Tiglio and performing with him is not easy because he's a hard kid to keep up with. He's like going all over the map with these crazy beats, and you have to just like be as nasty as that, because if not, you're just not going to be on stage. You know, this is like two different, you got two options. You know,
On stage, off stage. What do you choose?
I don't know.
Well, when it's good,
I'm not
it's
a
good.
custy.
When it's good, it's real good. Like, you know it. And then when it's all live, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I prefer, especially, like, I prep my kits and stuff, but, like, when I get out there, there is a live element where, like, I might mess something up, or, like, something changes, or depending on the sound system, like, it could be different. It could sound my songs could sound different depending on where I'm playing. So it's like, there's so much.
The setup and
yeah. As opposed to, you know, like, recording my set and then going there and pressing play and then adjusting it on the fly. I'm having to freaking, oh shit, my snare's too loud, you know, bring it back.
Right.
Oh shit, this is too much or this is too little, and I'm, you know, it's like a water on a table, and I'm just trying to keep it all together.
I actually was going to ask you guys that. Do you usually, I don't know if you all do festies or like what the deal is, but do you guys usually go pre-prepared? Do you kind of freestyle on the spot? Because like when I'm watching you, it's like, oh shit, they're freestyling. Like, oh, they're just going in. But then I remember you're like, oh, I have one more like song prepared, or like one more set prepared. And I was like, oh, he has like something ready. Like, I don't know, in my mind, I don't even see that you're like prepared. It's just like, oh, they're just going in.
I have like sets, because I usually have a computer, but to get rid of my computer, my drum machine, MPC Live 2, has a computer inside, so I can just like build a set in there. So I'll have like 10 kits, because that's what I can fit.
Right.
Because it loads it up. And then if I want to do more, I create a whole nother file, 10 kits, whole nother file, 10 kits, as long as I stay under the parameters that like won't break the thing down. You know,
I see.
It needs to have enough memory to load all the samples and stuff. So yeah, so I'll do 10 songs, start loading up the next thing, and then I'll have these dudes like they'll just keep sampling and stuff until I'm ready.
You don't have a computer.
Yeah, I'm trying to eliminate the computer so that I'm trying to stay mobile, because I like to play publicly, like just like do pop-ups and stuff. But as far as festivals go, like it started with just showing up to the festival and just popping up, and hopefully they didn't shut me down. Just to build a name. I learned it from Honeycomb. I ran into him at Strange Creek, and he was doing a pop-up, and I was doing a pop-up, but his pop-up was so lit. He had artists getting on the mic and stuff over his beatbox, and it was fucking sick. So like taking that approach and then making a name for yourself, and then you finally get booked for the festivals. And I still do pop-ups. So like I'll have a set and I'll do a pop-up, you know, as part of my like selling myself to the festival.
If you don't mind me cutting you off real quick, I think that just keep going, but that says a lot for like not just sitting on the internet all the time and hoping that your shit is going to blow up, because you really have to be seen in person. So I guess he's talking about like taking a risk.
Networking.
You know? You're on this, you honestly might be on the side of like a muddy ass trail, right in the middle of the woods, but it's sick because the lighting is sick and someone's letting you be there, and the foot traffic is sick. So people that walking by to other main stages are doing this and that, it's a trap, right? It's like a little store. It's like a 7-Eleven, yeah. So they're like, and then they might stand there for an hour, and people go, and they go nuts over it. They love it.
Yeah.
And they're like, who are these people? Because we're not like maybe in their mind of who they want to see, but when they see it, they're like, oh, dang, this is some real talent. On the side of a muddy trail at 3 a.m., it looks crazy.
That it's rare, like kind of like scratching, DJing, like it's a rare form these days, a rare art form, and I feel like not everybody has that capability, or to bring that like old school knowledge into the new school, mix it up, throw in fucking like cuts from movies, throw in like random like your catchphrases or paraphrases, whatever you guys throw in there.
Yeah,
it's mad funny. The Simpsons, whoever threw that in, I don't know who brought that. Yeah. Treeman brought up the Simpsons today.
We love dank,
Rick and Morty.
comedy.
Was it Rick and Morty? Yeah. Oh, okay, yep.
Anything that's dank or just funny is a go.
Infomercials.
Infomercials.
Yeah, we like it all.
Is that your inspiration?
Yeah.
I'm
pops out of everywhere.
Every movie I'm watching, everything I'm ever doing, I see something that makes me laugh,
Yeah.
I'm tagging them in it.
that's
Like,
it,
hey,
right.
please sample this, please.
Yep.
Like the Kanye quotes on Sway in the mornings. Like,
Hell yeah.
he's just losing his shit, but it's a great clip.
Yeah, it can be. It literally can. I can't even make it through a show or a movie, and it's an issue if I'm trying to like watch something with somebody because I have to
I
get
need to
up.
remember that
I'm like,
line.
I have to
Sorry.
pause this.
Let me
get
whip out
up,
my small
open
notebook.
up a program, and everyone's like, "We're just in the middle of a movie." I'm like, "No, not for me."
Not anymore.
And sometimes
I
it's
need it.
gold. Sometimes it just sounds like shit. You just gotta run it. And sometimes you find a gem where it's just like, holy shit, this is like something.
Yeah.
It's nice. Yeah, I like it. Not just sampling. I don't know. Not having an elitist like point of view on it is key. Is like it's all sampling. It's what hip hop is. Like we're not just doing hip hop, but like I don't know. There's this. Like if I get done playing a show, like a musician might be like, oh, you're sequencing though. You know what I mean? Or you're not like actually playing the instruments. So trying to, that gatekeeping bullshit and like.
That's fine.
What's the
Yeah,
gray
it's
area
just
of,
whack.
like
Listen,
sampling, like who owns the sample, or if you can
Yeah.
actually use it. And
Right.
that's terrible.
Right.
Like
So-
Yeah.
hip hop and everything we do is sampling. So if we get limited to not using anything we want. it's like, okay.
Question actually for Johnny. Well, and then it can trickle onto you guys if you want to, but do you believe that kind of like coincides with remix culture, which like remix culture is kind of using other art forms and remixing them into your own,
Yeah.
whether that's like painting or audio or whatever?
Yeah. I mean, that's what the whole remix culture thing is too. Like even the beginning of hip hop is sampling from other stuff. Like the beats that came from the songs that you love originally came from a different song that was
Yep.
sampled from a record. So,
Yep.
I mean, that's like killing it right off the bat if you can't sample everything you want.
Facts. And just to relate to you, like I remember a couple of years ago, one of my favorite hip hop songs, I'm not going to recall it right now because obviously I'm going to just blank, but the beat, like my friend was like, you know where that beat comes from, right? And I was like, no, what are you talking about? And he's like, oh, the Isley Brothers. And I was like,
Oh, yeah?
who's the Isley Brothers? And then he was like, what do you mean? Like they like
A lot of
created
Biggie.
the beats of hip hop. Like if you go back,
Yeah.
and that's exactly what it was. And it was like old school, like fucking 60s, 70s music. These amazing soul singers on some crazy beat that you would never think would be hip hop. And then when you hear it remixed, you're like, how would it not be hip hop?
Yeah.
So it's just kind of wild, like seeing that dynamic between the two.
Yeah, you hear like old Biggie tunes and then you don't even know that it's the Isley Brothers.
Facts, yo.
Somebody plays that tune, you wait for the beat to come in and it doesn't. You're like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Because your
Like-
brain is already trained to think that it's
Yeah.
going to be like,
I mean, I've come across so much music that way from like backwards. Like I am into drum and bass and jungle.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of like reggae sampled in there. So I've learned a lot of stuff, reggae artists and like styles from that, like backwards.
Right.
Yeah. Speak on that more because the sped up. I just learned about this. Oh my God, Johnny! I just learned about this in Connecticut. I'm serious because I was talking to like a 24-year-old kid who was really into the scratching, and he kind of pulled me aside and he's like, "How'd you do that?" I was like, "Well, how'd you do what you did?" Because he was on some like 5 a.m. He was on some 5 a.m. D&B, and I was at like 5 a.m. I was up at 5 a.m. watching him, and it was glorious. And he's like a young cat, and he's like a skateboarder, BMX kid. So obviously he's quick. But he had this. He talked about an amen drum, and how that would come from like New Orleans drummers, which is
No,
literally
it's-
just
I mean-
bass and snare.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with sampling, the whole sampling culture.
Right.
Amen Brother is a song from like the 60s or 70s,
Which
something
is
like
where
that.
The amen
That-
drum comes from.
That's where the breakbeat comes from.
Right.
Like jungle, all of that is based off of that 6-second drum beat.
Unreal.
They like
And then just sped up in
at the
different
time,
techniques.
drum machines came to the point where they could sample things and then cut out that sample and replace it.
Right.
They took that beat and went nuts, just
And
chopped it up.
It was pretty
and, like, made
Euro.
a whole
I'd call it
genre.
Euro. Like Euro D&B really took, like, they were way ahead.
Yeah.
Come on, let's admit it. You know what I mean? Like,
The electronic scene, I feel like Europe is
100%.
yeah, it's just a
Giant
different
warehouses.
Wait,
Everyone's
what?
going
That
nuts.
Europe is ahead in the electronic scene.
Forever.
Yeah.
They always
And you know
have
what?
that.
I'm sorry for everyone listening in. I don't think I clarified. Clue came on the show as more of a hip hop based scratch DJ. We're more in the electronic scene,
crossing
like
over.
EDC type vibes, guys. I don't know. I'm just trying to like
bridges.
relate it to the people listening in easy terms.
right. Yeah, we're like hip hop heads doing like electronic music, but it's all genres. Whatever we like, we just toss in there. You know,
Yeah.
it can be some like crazy instrument. It could be some bassoon, some violin,
it's anything. And then
to like some
Street music.
metal
That
scraping.
remix, like we talked about, remixing any of it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I think delving into like where things came from, like Johnny was saying, it's super interesting, especially when you get into these really long, in-depth. I mean, I'm talking to a kid that was 10 years younger than me, and like, goddamn, not that I don't think that people don't know anything when they're younger, but this kid knew like everything wherever. And I was like, so where's that noise come from? And he's like, oh, it comes from this. I'm like, all right, show me the CDJs because I need to learn this because I only know turntables, right?
Yeah.
So am I primitive, right? You know what I mean? Like,
It's just way tougher to scratch on a CDJ.
it is.
It's not. It's not efficient.
It's not going to work.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like it's tougher. There's just certain things you can't do.
It's viable. It's
Is
just
it more
not
limited?
optimal.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah, there's just like a few tricks you can't do.
It's mostly
Okay.
the
You
platter.
can. It's just as good. You know, it's like
It'd
the
be
baby of
driving a
it.
smart car versus driving like an 18-wheeler. Like if you're used to driving an 18-wheeler, you'd be like, all right, here I go. You get in a smart car, you're like, I feel like I'm going to
It's
die.
like driving a WRX 5-speed and then one that's a automatic.
Okay. Yeah. It's just going. And you're
Yeah.
like, why is it moving?
You don't have to shift
I didn't
gears.
tell it to go. Yeah.
No clutch.
Right. It's very frustrating. Yeah. But I appreciate that insight, Johnny. And I'll tell you something. I just finally got like kind of into the festy circuit this year, and I was pretty green. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty newbie to all this, but I'm not scared of anything. So I just showed up, did my
He
thing.
ain't scared.
And Johnny and Flo were doing their thing at this thing called Higher Education Festival
Hey.
in Maine, and we were crushing it. It was fun. And homie's like, "Yo, come
Shout
up
out
and
to
cut."
Jay.
Yeah, right. No doubt. It was actually sick. The vibes are nasty there. It was like super artsy. It was dope. If you know, you know. Like Higher Education, it was fire. Shout out Kotov. And man, we showed up and I was like, all right, I'm gonna scratch. And I did get a couple cuts off on the CDJs, but only because it was connected to the proper mixer,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
So if you have a CDJ on the right mixer, the main focus of that is the fader. And if I just get used to that little silly little disc, then that's okay. It's just the
As
mixer.
long as you have the.
It's just the tappy.
Yeah.
It's the tap, tap, tap it in.
It's like playing with a robot dog instead of a real dog.
Yeah. Oh, that's...
There's no soul.
Shout out
no soul.
Bambino, my real dog.
CDJs don't have a soul.
I didn't say that.
No soul DJs.
Anyway.
Hashtag no soul
No,
DJs.
but as we go forward, I appreciate you guys because I met you both on different segments. Okay.
Yeah.
And I met
Wait,
John.
who met who first? I think
Go
we were
ahead.
trying to
Yeah, go
like
ahead.
wrap this up outside. Who met who first? How'd you guys meet? Who
two
knows
met.
who?
Yeah, I met Jeff like years ago at a Qbert show.
Okay.
And then so we knew like multiple scratch heads in general that just like show up and scratch records at the same place. It's called the Blue Room, and you just show up and it's like there might be like 12 people that actually can cut records. And
Shout out Frank Language.
Yep, Frankie Language at the Blue Room. Shout out Frankie. Thank you for having us. I love you and I love your Heinekens. Oh my god. And fucking we just show up and it's like it's kind of like, I'm not gonna lie, it's competitive. But I used to be a little bit more aggressive than I am nowadays because I've changed my lifestyle around. But here's the thing. It still comes from a battle mentality. So it's like you show up with 12 DJs, correct me if I'm wrong, Johnny. And it's like, all right, show me what you got. It's the same as the skateboard park, right?
Yeah.
Skateboarding or BMX bike riding, do your thing. No one's going to hate on anybody too bad, but it's like if you take a spill, you take a spill.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it happens.
Or if you fuck up, you fuck up. So it's like, show me what you got, because we've all been practicing for a pretty long time.
Yeah.
That's like the whole table manners thing. We would set up events with 4 sets of turntables and then have people take turns all with each other. We'd like
Show up.
everybody's name in a hat. You take out 4 people so it doesn't you don't know ahead of time who you're gonna. Yeah, you don't know ahead of time who you're gonna go next to. So like, I would end up next to Elliot Ness or somebody that I don't even know that's 5 times better than me. And you just have to like learn to hold your own like right on the spot.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And it kind of like tests your skills. I mean, I guess that's how you get better in scratching or DJing. I don't know because I have never tried it, but I mean, I guess the only way is practice.
That and like hanging out with people that are better than you.
Yeah.
If you just stay at the same level, if you hang out with somebody that's at the same level, but if there's people around that are better than you,
mentorship kind of.
not even just hanging out and watching and absorbing what other people do.
Yeah.
That's the only way you get better.
You don't know what you're capable of until you see someone else reach a new height, and then you're like, oh shit, I didn't know we could do that.
Yeah.
You know, and then you go there and you do it, and then you're like, oh shit, I think we could go a little bit further.
Yep.
And just wondering, whoever wants to go first, like, when did you start, and why'd you start? What made you even want to get into the art of
Like
this?
music in general. I mean,
I guess however you take that. Scratching, music.
like I got into music in general as a kid because was in my family, I guess. I saw my father playing guitar and like got enamored by it, I guess. And I was into metal for a long time, and I went to a club in like the year 2000 and just sat in front of the DJ and watched him. I'm like, shit, I got to do that. I need to do that. It was like actually a moment, and I was, yep, just that's how it happened.
Yeah?
Like
It just
I got to
clicked
do
for
it.
you.
Yeah.
Flow.
I was listening to rock with my dad in the car. We would just be driving, Green Day, Nirvana, whatever, and then got into high school, started listening to hip hop, started beatboxing and rapping and stuff and singing, started going to festivals and started experimenting with hallucinogenic drugs, which allowed me to like really just let go, drop the walls, and really like start to express myself. And people were just like, you just got to get a drum machine. Just get a drum machine. I got a drum machine, but I sucked at it. It was like really tough to just, it wasn't just like, oh, nice, here we go. You know, like there's technical aspect that like, it feels like it's like using Photoshop for the first time when you're used to paint. It's
God.
It's like, what the fuck
Tell
is
me
this?
about it. Now you're speaking my language.
Yeah, so it's like that. But then eventually, you know, I found Native Instruments, Machine, and like they were very user-friendly thing where you just like toss it on, load up a kit, oh, here we go. And then like I slowly learned little nicks and knacks, and then, you know, over years, playing on the street and stuff.
He's a knick-knack.
Mixture of that. Yep.
So how many years has it been?
For DJing, like 20.
I don't even know how long I've been
20,
finger
21.
drumming. It's not even finger drumming, it's sequencing, but
Passing it down.
I don't know, honestly.
Guesstimate.
Yeah, it's just when I got my first one, I don't know, it might have been 10 years ago.
Damn.
But then but then from then to now, you know what I mean?
You're gonna do it in a year.
How long have I actually used it over that span of time? When you like condense the time, like a year? You know what I mean? Like
No.
No, I feel you. I know what you're saying.
Year's a long time to do anything, just constantly.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
10,000 hours in.
I'd like to add on to that because it's like the time versus years versus hours versus days versus weeks. Here's the thing. You're going to have to sacrifice a lot of things if you want to get good at something. I don't care what it is. I make a lot of paintings. I do a lot of music. I do a lot of other shit. I stay physical. I try to stay on my BMX bike. I still got to do that all the time just to keep myself strong. And I'll tell you what, it doesn't matter what you do. Whatever your hobby is, you want to go to the gym, you want to do anything, I don't care. Put your hours into whatever. You want to make a puzzle. You want to do a puzzle? You get a 2,000-piece puzzle. I bet you can't even finish it and it stays in the corner of your room. But with that being said, just make sure.
Yeah, whittle away.
Right. If you're going to pick up something, make sure you go like full with it. But don't go full with it because
Burn yourself out.
Yeah. Well, don't go full with it because you don't want to quit. Go full with it because you love it. You know
do what
I mean?
you love what you do.
And you would never be able to be Johnny Treeman and do this for 20 years or be Flotiglio and do this for 10 years and pressing buttons.
I mean, there's always going to be ups and downs too. Like even
so many.
over 20 years.
Life's a
you know,
bitch.
Dude,
Can you say that again,
Can you speak up?
Over 20 years, there's definitely been points
speak up on
where.
some things. I wanted,
Johnny, can you yell
ahead.
that into the microphone?
No,
Yell
but
it.
I mean, over the 20 years, there's definitely been points where it's like I don't want to make music at all. Or even if you are into making music at that point in time, there's points where you just want to observe and learn and watch. And then there's times where you just want to, the creation just explodes out of you. So like,
Yeah.
That's an artist though.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
the love just stays. That's the main part. Like,
Yes.
What's tough is just all the pressures of everything, like trying to stay relevant. You know what I mean? You're trying to put something out, and you know, you're a perfectionist on top of it, and you're just beating yourself up. Like the internal struggle with trying to be successful musically is fucking tough, dude. I just
100%.
You're like, what am I not doing right? Oh, I think I need to change my name. Oh, I think I need to like play this type of beat. Oh, I think I need to have better reach on Twitter. You know what I mean? It's just like a ton of shit. So it's like tough to like, you just have to like chill the fuck out and just get back to where you know you like doing things and just like, and try to enjoy yourself.
Making
something. Record it.
And that goes hand in hand with my physical arts, because if I bust out like a piece of like $60 MDF board and I want to take a jigsaw to it and I have like a little bit of a outline of a Grateful Dead bear or something, you best believe I got to make every cut perfect, because if I fuck up, I fuck up, and then it's $60 out the window, kid. And then if it's not, then I cut it out nicely, but I'm using a jigsaw, so you don't want to cut your fingers off and everything like that. But those are all metaphors for making beats and making music, because you don't want to cut your fingers off by like going too hard on a certain thing or thinking too hard about a certain thing about what people want. Because if you make what you love, chances are, especially, I've seen this kid on stage right here, and people are like, flow. Like, they go insane. And then, like, they do.
Yo,
like,
Clueless told me some stories. He makes you seem
It's
like
serious.
you guys are
No,
like
it's
these
deadass.
festival
Deadass.
super beings who grow to like 500
Try it.
feet, like
Try it.
like
Try
Space
hanging out.
Jam
It
shit.
does feel good when you're throwing down. And,
Is it true?
Try hanging out.
Yeah, it's just, it's key though, like you said, do what you want. Because, like, if you don't want to fold to the pressure of, like, what people want, because if you're enjoying yourself and having fun, then people should be able to see that and then identify with that and then, like, be like, oh, yeah, you know, and if they don't like that, then fucking take a hike.
Well, I feel like that's like
See you later,
like
buddy.
club DJs. Like, I feel like it'd be hard for you guys to be like club DJs.
Yeah, because a club DJ is
'Cause
trying to do what the crowd wants, because
Yeah.
that's
Well,
like
that's
they're
the thing, they
hired
wanna
to do that
please
job.
everybody.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
But
They're gonna get
we're
bitched
going
up.
at it as like we're more of like a band type of approach, where like we're not just plugging in a USB port. We have a whole fucking setup. You know, we
Yeah.
got drum machines and scratch tables and shit.
Right.
Like, we're gonna do what we want. That's like what a band would do too. They're gonna do what they want. Yeah.
even like a club DJ, you do what they want you to play, but we're more like tastemakers in the DJ world. Like, we play what the hell we want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I play a club, I really rarely take a request, you know?
Yeah.
Unless it's something I'm like, oh yeah, that'd be cool. But
But if
no,
you know what the even better thing is? If they do give a request, have like a stupid dubstep remix to it or something.
that's
right?
that pretty much is what
Jerry
happens.
Drake.
So they're like, I want to
Yeah.
hear this. And
You
like,
play
then-
this? Can you
so
play this
then
on my
you
phone?
start- yeah,
Or
and
it's
then
the
you start it off and
instrumental.
they're like, oh my god, this is my song. And then
you just cut
and
it?
then you just fuck them up.
It's the acapella over some
100%.
yeah.
I was DJing for a little while, but like not like them, not on that level. But I
fucking
didn't like it because it really is cutthroat. Like, you're not making any
sorry.
money unless you're doing like wedding gigs. And if
Yeah.
you're doing wedding gigs, you're just like,
Weddings,
it's
birthdays.
tough, dude.
shit.
It's tough because
Yeah.
I wasn't.
God
That's not what I
awful.
wanted to do, and I'm bringing thousands of dollars worth of gear somewhere. And I got this dude like, you plug in my phone and play this song. You know, it's just like.
No.
Like,
I wanted to be able to make it so like, if someone comes up to me and asks me to play a song, I'm just like, are you fucking for real, dude?
I'd probably rob him for his Sperry's.
berries.
I'm just kidding. I shouldn't.
he has to have the Sperry's on.
Berries, right?
I just can't afford
berries.
them.
I said berries. But yeah, I probably got like a couple more minutes and then I gotta bounce. But
No, you're
Oh,
good.
you're all good.
word,
You're
I
all
just wanted
good.
to make sure.
No, I just wanted to talk about also Johnny, if you don't mind, talk about the behind the scenes. You build, you do things.
Setting up sound
Wreck on
systems.
that. Yeah.
I mean, what we were talking about earlier was the rough part of showing up and there's just no viable sound system because it's always EDM festival or something like that, and we come up with turntables and a drum machine.
space.
The standard is CDJs for
Yeah.
most EDM shows.
They're like, you show up with the actual equipment, and they're like,
oh, you want me to move the
They get all
CDJ?
fucking, they get all Seinfeld.
yeah, bro.
Tiglio. with great honor as we present to you
Most people, ladies and gentlemen, they get comfortable. They stop growing, they stop working on themselves, they stop pushing themselves, and they end up becoming very cynical about life as they throw in the towel on themselves, on their families, and on their dreams. And the other thing is that most people don't feel worthy. What I'm doing now, I could have been doing years ago. But because I did not have a college education, because I didn't believe in myself, because I allowed other people's opinion of me to control my destiny, I didn't act on my ideas. So I applaud you for your dreaming, for your running towards your dream. I applaud you for believing in yourself.
Start thinking.
But first,
Far out, man. I haven't seen a bong in years.
What's the name of your clothing line? We don't know. What? Generation. I am Shakespeare in the flesh. Walt Disney, Nike, Google. Now who? Back.
Now who's gonna be the Medici family? And I am the number. I am the number. I am the number Ain't nobody never broke down. Nobody ain't nobody never broke down. Never broke down. What's the name of your clothing line? We don't know. I am the number one most important. What's the name of your clothing line? We don't know. Take a few steps back. Take a few steps back.
How, Sway?
Take a few steps back.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers, Sway.
Kanye.
I've been doing this more than you.
Doing what
You
more
ain't
than
got.
me? Come on, chill out.
Old soul, young world.
Like this.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Lonely? Looking for a friend? Call me, Teddy Mason. Are you a regular basis. For just one night.
nobody, ain't nobody never broke down. Nobody, ain't nobody never broke down.